So when the first time I ever heard of shamans, it was usually in some, let's say, not expansive context, like just,
Yeah.
like, oh, that's just, something not real or whatever. And the more I started getting curious about it, the more fascinated I was about how the most genuine and authentic practitioners are, I mean, like you, like look normal, like not like weird, just like normal. And you're just open to being able to communicate with the unseen realm in in an invitational way, in a receptive way. I think so many of us just close it off because we're told we're supposed to, or we don't want to look crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, and when we started getting into all of the things that the tribe asked us to do, we didn't tell anyone because we just thought, why? Why would we do that? Nobody, everybody's going to think we're just batshit crazy, and this is just not going to turn out well.
That's
And so,
one of your, somewhere in your book, I think at the end you're like, well, there it is, like our secret is out now. And I just love that, because I felt like one day I'm gonna have to, like, my secret's gonna be out too.
yeah, and then when we came out with our book finally, my own family, I come from a large Irish Catholic family, they just thought we had completely gone crazy. Both of us. Yeah, I'm the oldest of 8 kids, uh, and my mom and dad and all my brothers and sisters, they just thought I was absolutely crazy. My aunt, and they're all very, very Catholic. Yeah.
I can see that. I can see. I mean, even now with my family, I haven't come out to them about psychopump stuff, but I
Hmm.
just talk about death more openly, just mortality itself. And even at that level, they think I'm just totally crazy. Like, why are you talking about death? Um, Fascinating. Okay. And one of the things I loved is how you started being able to connect with your ancestors, and you
Oh
talk
yeah,
about,
that was huge. That was
religious. Yeah,
huge.
tell me about that.
Yeah, I think it was on a journey, and he ended up being one of my spirit guides, and he had been watching over me since his death in, oh my goodness, 74. Yeah, I had just graduated from high school, and yeah, he died when I was in Arizona going to electronics school down there in Phoenix, Arizona. And when I came back for Christmas, he had died, I think, in September, and they didn't tell me. And so I got home and I said, "Oh, we had gone over to see Grandma," and I said, "Well, where's Grandpa?" And my mom said, "Well, I have some bad news about Grandpa." And I was like, "Bad news? Like how bad?" And they said, "Well, he passed away." And he said, "He passed away? Well, when did he pass away?" And he said, "September." I said, my God, you tell me 3 months later? Why didn't you tell me? Oh, we didn't want to interrupt your studies and have you upset and everything. I was like, oh, okay. So I never really got to say goodbye to him. So that always was very difficult for me because I was very close to my grandfather, far more closer to my grandfather than father. In fact, I kind of used him as a role model because I didn't get along well with my father at all. I was sensitive and he was a Marine Corps sergeant, and it was like oil and water.
Isn't that interesting? These biological families that we come into, and how
Yeah.
those things can be so different, so different. Well, how beautiful that you had your grandfather, even though, yeah, I could, I could see how not finding out until 3 months later. But then in the book, you tell about how you were able to reconnect with him on the other side. So, uh,
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely was. He was quite a good teacher for me. There was a trust level. I'm sure Spirit said, "Okay, let's give him somebody that he knows and trusts and will listen to." And so, yeah, my grandpa told me a lot of things. uh, Mostly having to do with, I had questions about my sister that had passed away. Is my grandmother still alive? I think my grandmother had just passed away. So I had questions about them and just a lot of things in general. And he said, "Yeah, you're going to have a lot of other teachers too, but I'm the first one that has shown up so far." And so it was a beautiful reunion.